Coming up here at Circle the Debate Podcast, episode 72, a special one today because this is, it's Thursday and you know what that means. So this is the recap, as we're recapping AEW DYNAMITE, Rampage as well from last Friday, and our thoughts on NXT 2.0. Also covering as well this Saturday's event, Impact Victory Road coming up. Pro wrestling news, and another historic night from Monday night that we'll be talking about, and much more. So don't go anywhere. As episode 72, starts now. And welcome everyone to the Circle the Debate Podcast, episode 72, 72. This is the host of DB's One ABC, and I'm here with my brother from another mother, the fellow horseman. Of course, the other two are not here today because they're getting ready for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, as we will be there promoting, sponsoring the 1-year anniversary of Prime Time Live Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, United Wrestling Network event coming tonight, the PP Red Reunion. So we're doing this early Thursday for you all, for our viewers and subscribers and our listeners. And of course, I'm here with a man that lives 1,977,000 miles from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. No, I'm not into the Canada boys, because you know why? Because he is the undefeated, the unmatched, the unrivaled, undisputed, the podcasting. Because he is the god of podcasting, Money Mike Lopez.
You know, I like to throw something new out. I am the MVP, the most valuable podcaster here today, in all day, day.
There you go. That's right. And that's why he is uncensored for that reason, ladies and gentlemen. That is right. He is the MVP of podcasting. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. But yes, we are here today to go ahead and, first of all, let's give our thoughts of a historic event that happened on Monday Night Raw. It was announced Big E was going to cash in his Money in the Bank on Raw between the winner of Lashley and Randy Orton. Of course, we see the outcome of that match. Lashley defeated Orton, injuring his leg, quoting on that. And Big E comes in and cashes in, becoming now this is my opinion, ladies and gentlemen, if I offended anybody, not at all. He is, for me, the third African-American to become the WWE champion. I know The Rock, but he's half and half. I'm saying full. So you have Kofi Kingston, Bobby Lashley.
That's right.
And Big E Langston. Historic night, great win for him. And all over social media went crazy for him winning the WWE title. And even a picture that Fandango put of Brody Lee behind Big E, like disappearing in the shadows. That was hard touching.
What was the meaning of that? I never really got a link between those two.
Because Brody Lee believed in Big E that he was becoming champion one day. They were like this. They were like together like this, buddies. They were best friends too. They were really, really best friends. Besides him and Wyndham, he was really good friends with Big E, traveled with Big E, even during the FCW time, NXT times. So, oh, shit. Oh. There he is. How did he get there? How did he get there? Oh, Papa Vinny, Papa.
But yes, I had no idea. But that, it kind of, it's really good to hear such a thing that, wrestlers that not necessarily are in factions together or in storylines together or even companies together, right? Backed each other up, and then I never saw. From what I remember, I never saw those two on screen together. Maybe between New Day and Wyatt family, I guess, but never on the same team for sure. Congratulations to Biggie, many congratulations. I'll say this, and this is just my opinion. I feel like they could have done better with it, though. I wish it would have happened at a pay-per-view. I feel if I don't know, it just maybe they want to bring viewership to Raw or something, but I feel like a bigger stage should have been, given to this.
Agreed.
And but all in all, he's got the strap, he's got the title, WWE champion. Now we're just waiting for Austin Creed to get his. So here we go.
The next one. You're absolutely right. Now you mentioned that, right? So they could have done it better. Here is the backlash of it. And now this is what is all over social media of what I'm hearing, of what I'm seeing, and what I'm reading is that the only reason they gave Biggie this WWE title instead of Extreme Rules cashing in, rushing this in, rushing it very quickly. Rumor your windows. This is rumor your windows. Just giving an opinion, ladies and gentlemen. There's one. There's two of them. One is because AEW beat Raw in the ratings. Which is a major one that McMahon had to do that emergency phone call. Hey, pal, we got to get the ratings up now. Let's take a meeting. Let's have a meeting. That could be one of the reasons. The other reason is because it's, the first week of football, Monday Night Football. And he wants, obviously, to overtop in the ratings or be close to the ratings to the National Football League. So those are the rumor your windows. The fact that, those two could be the major factors of the reason of Big E's wins. But I don't feel it that way. And if it is true for that, is BS. I wish they didn't even announce Big E for him to show up. I wish he just would have showed up on Raw automatically, not announced it. Boom, they don't catch him, shock the world. What's going on? What really happened? DVR it. Go back to the next day. Remind you, DVR counts as viewers for the networks. Counts how many people records it. Right there, when you click on your DVR, whatever subscription that you have, it counts as viewership for the network so they can see. I'm like, okay, this is what I'm looking at. So they could have done it better. I'm with you on that. They could have maybe at Extreme Rules could have been the possibility they could have done it there. But I wish they wouldn't announced it. And I think it would have been more unexpected for him to show up and just cash it in. That's just my opinion. I don't know how you feel about that. And also, how do you feel about those rumors? Could that be the case? Do you feel that was the case, that they gave him the belt so soon?
From what I've seen in watching WWE for almost over 20 years now, is that they don't do things for the better of the story, or at least it seems that way to me. They don't do it for the better of the story. They do it for ratings. They do it for shock value. How many times we've seen so many shocking things, right, that go nowhere, and it's just because they want that little boost of ratings, just so they could keep their numbers up. And I don't know. It's okay. I don't think that AEW. I don't think that that's a factor as much as people might want to think it is. I do think it's the football thing. That's that's what I'm choosing to believe, that Vince was like, you know what, Monday Night Football, the season's starting right now. Let's just do this right now and get people watching again. It's the whole classic thing of, oh, that'll put butts in seats, right? Where they, it was announced or said what was going to happen, and people tune in like, oh, I gotta see. And I'll admit, when I heard about it, I was like, I want to see this. I want to see Big E cash in, and so yeah, and that's exactly what I did. I saw it, and I do think that, again, could have been better. It did not need to be a result of ratings. You give the title to the person because you think that they are a worthy champion. And you know what? Thank you for so many years of work. and putting your body on the line for us. Here is your award. Here is the title. It means that you are appreciated and you are going to carry this company, instead of, you know what, hey, Big E, you know, we need some ratings. We're just going to put it for you on you right now. Let's see how this goes. But we just need to we need to have some numbers. So there you go. So I don't know. That's just my opinion, but let's see how it goes, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And I mean, kudos to Bobby for holding it for quite some time too. I mean, I'm glad that he held it for quite some time. And yeah, this is going to be a story between them that we talked about it a while back in the archives. This should have happened right after Hell in a Cell against Kofi. Should have been right after Big E, or like with the draft coming up, which we'll get into that. And then after Money in the Bank, straight to Raw. But they did it, so I'm happy for Big E. And even a lot of people from AEW praising him and I'm glad to see that. I see Eva Uno, I see everybody from Dark Order, I see even Hobbs. Like, yeah, I love it. It's that's one thing about pro wrestling people don't understand. If your competitors, but that's just only competitors on national television. But in real life, they're friends, they're acquaintances. There's no grudges at all. Like, never be grudges, anyways. Because I mean, it's the nature of the business, right? You have to be competitive no matter what. It's the nature.
Any business,
exactly. Any business. Now let's get into AEW Dynamite. Let's get into that another historic night for AEW, because we did see the debut as an opening match for Adam Cole, baby, versus the Elite Hunter himself, Frankie Kazarian. The match was spectacular. People enjoyed it. The pop that Adam Cole just got from the crowd, seeing the signs, like, oh man, I love that. A big Adam Cole sign like there, Baby signs everywhere, and whew, I know Adam Cole has that, like, yes, I missed this, to perform in front of a large crowd just like that. I'm not saying that, no offense to the NXT crowd, but it's not your fault. It's NXT how they have it set up. But yeah, oh man, I enjoyed it. Great win from Adam Cole. The aftermath, we did see open challenge, the Young Bucks and Cole versus Christian Cage and Jurassic Express on next Friday's Rampage. But let me get your thoughts, Money Mike, about the opening match and Adam Cole's debut.
Obviously this guy, he's on the top of his game. He's in his prime. This guy, you can definitely see why WWE wanted to keep him. Unfortunately, he didn't see eye to eye with what they had planned for him, so he's in the AEW now. And I mean, I don't know why they're doing this to Frankie Kazarian. He's the Elite Hunter and all that, but he really hasn't done much of hunting. He's just gone and gotten his butt kicked. And I mean, maybe I'm in the minority here, but I feel like he should find other friends and go after somebody else.
Yeah, because he's not the hunter, he's being hunted.
Oh yeah.
Getting his ass whooped by the Elite, which is horrible. I love you, Frankie. I see you. Love you, man. Damn it. And of course, we did see the aftermath. After that, we did see Fuego de So. Oh yeah, his new car. Okay, you're sitting on a Hyundai. That's not a fresh new car. It's not a fresh new car, Fuego. That's like your typical, just
college student car right there.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what it is, a college student car. Challenging Miro to the TNT title. I mean, on Rampage, and he'll put his car on the line. By the way, Mike, I did see this freaking meme that they put on Twitter of Miro being Zangief, like in Street Fighter, the car destroyer. That's how you saw that. They actually put a face of Miro on Zangief's, body, him just destroying the freaking car. Like, wow, this is gonna be a squash for that, man. But your thoughts of him challenging Miro for the rematch for the TNT title, putting his car, a Hyundai, a Hyundai on the fucking line.
Yes, we are definitely gonna see we're gonna have a Zangief moment for sure. Not smart, Fuego. I mean, just because you've got a new contract doesn't mean you can just be, throwing your stuff around. Yeah, Miro's gonna win, and Miro's going. I've always said, and I've said this numerous times on the show, that I enjoy when wrestling involves a vehicle, and I'm willing to bet that I'm going to enjoy this too. So yes, sign me up. I'm all for it. Go get it, Miro.
I love it. I love it. And of course, we did get the MJF segment with in the ring, looking down on the ring, talking to Brian Pillman Sr. Like if he's looking down in hell, talking about his son and his daughter. Man, this son of a bitch is a great fucking promo, man. He's a great the guy's great on the mic. As much as it was very demeaning for what he did in this segment. He went deep. That's deep shit. To look at really in the bottom saying that he went to hell, like that's wow. That's hey. I don't know how I would take that. I don't know. If I'm being backstage and me watching the guy who I'm in a storyline with and like talk about my dad that way, I don't know how I can handle that, to be honest. Even though it's part of the story, but damn, that is deep. I don't know how you felt about that promo. Jesus.
This guy is. We all know it that he's better than us, and we know it, right? The promos. Just like last week, are very, very effective. And for as long as this feud is going to go on, it seems that this guy is on fire in the microphone. So yeah, I'm very, very much looking forward to the match, right? And honestly, that's what the point is. He's trying to get us ready for the match between him and Pillman Jr. I will say, however, I don't know why I feel this way, but I feel that there will be a day, and hopefully it doesn't happen, but I feel like there might be a day in the future where he might cross a line that maybe, the higher ups will not want that to be happened or set, kind of like a Max Caster sort of situation. So I feel like MJF should kind of, run it by Tony Khan first always. And, but we'll see. I don't know. That's just me speculating about the future. But as for now, the here and now, yes, job well done, Maxwell. I'm looking forward to it.
That's right. That is right. And then we did get another segment. There was a lot of segments, of course. We did get the Gajote and Hager come interrupting Dan Lambert and his crew. Of course, Ethan Eagle Pay. Yes. He'll be coming soon. He will be coming soon. That is for sure. For audio, all of our audio platform listeners. He first he took out a Vince McMahon action figure, little puppets, and now he took out a Bray Wyatt.
A little Easter egg.
Little Easter egg. We'll get to that soon. And then yes, we saw Dan Lambert with Ethan Page, Scorpio Sky, and of course, I'm gonna allow you to name the rest of the individuals who were in that ring because this is their cup of tea. So these are MMA former ones and current fighters, not from just one promotion, but fellow promotions here. Am I right? There was a couple promotions here. So I don't know.
Yes, I'm not familiar with all of them. I know obviously JDS or Junior Dos Santos and Andrei Arlovsky. So both of those guys, heavy hitters. But see, I don't get it. Why are they there? Are they going to be in the ring? Are they going to be part of the action?
I have no idea.
Why do you have them there, Dan? So, yeah, American Top Team is definitely one of those, top teams, no pun intended, or pun fully intended, MMA, right? And so I can't help but wonder, like, how is this guy able to do this, travel around, and prepare his people for upcoming fights, right? So I don't see him lasting very long because he is a very, very busy guy. He's the head coach, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't see him staying for too long. But for while he's there, those promos, love it.
Man, he's I gotta give it to Lambert, man. He is a hell of a promo guy.
Yeah.
And who, by the way, who was also in that ring was, Paige Van Saint was in there too. You don't really notice her. She was there too. She was there. Let's see, who else was actually there? Kayla Harrison was there. I guess she's from PFL. I think that's what I think she is from PFL. So wait, Paige as well too, PFL. I know Austin Vandervalve was there as well. So okay. All right. So those were the ones who actually were in that ring. Okay. Interesting. And now we're gonna see this tag match. Now a new feud for the Good Joe and Hager now versus Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky. How do you like this upcoming storyline by far, now that we're having a new chapter, yet something fresh now that we're seeing?
I like that Dan Lambert has been talking since before, since Jericho, and the MJF feud was going on still. And we weren't able to predict that Jericho was going to come out first and then, all that. Like that feud was going to start, right? I like that sort of thing, element of surprise, because I was not expecting Jericho to come out at all.
Me neither.
And I'm glad he did. So yes, I mean, as for his, I feel like similarly like MJF and Pillman Jr., I feel like this storyline might not last. I could be wrong, but I don't get the feeling that this is a long-term storyline. And just imagine Jake Hager and Junior Dos Santos. Woo-wee. Imagine that.
I would like to see that.
I mean, we couldn't get it in the Octagon or on Bellator, maybe. But definitely in an AEW ring, yeah, it could happen.
Oh, definitely. And of course, we did see FTR versus Dante Martin and Matt Sydal. A great match for Dante and for Matt, even though they didn't lost. But it was a good match for them. Good warm up from FTR there, in my opinion. I still don't know what's going to be next for them. I mean, I have not seen no title hunt trying to regain the tag team titles or any other upcoming feud. I mean, are we going to see there has to be one more Santana Ortiz match to end this trilogy. I mean, you mentioned it before. So I mean, I don't know what do you think should be next for FTR?
You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I don't want the next match. I don't want them to have another match, at least not anytime soon. I feel like either they drop the ball on the storyline, or I'm just not invested in it, or whatever. But I'm okay with them not facing each other anymore for now. Maybe for the rest of 2021, move on, do other stuff, and maybe later on, maybe even for the titles or something. Make it happen.
Well, it looks like they might be moving on because we'll get into a little bit. So after that, we did see Jade Cargill versus Leyla Hirsch. Great match. I'm not gonna say it was the best. It was okay. The beginning was just too little greenish off of Jade. But I like that Leyla, pick up the pace, got the chemistry going. And I like the sell from Jade. At least she's improving. She's winning me over. My heart is a little bit opening for Jade Cargill. It's opening a little bit, but she's winning me over little by little. She's getting there, but just, getting there. But she picked up the win, still undefeated. I'm just waiting to see what's next for her as well. I mean, and for Leyla. I mean, Leyla's another one who should get a title shot soon. I don't know where she's at in the rankings. Money Mike, if you want to bring up your rankings, sister.
Of course, I'm glad you asked. Yes, of course. So in the women's rankings, for whatever reason, and I'm sure Clark Street, shout out to Clark Street, their podcast, great guys. But I'm sure that they're gonna have a little thing to say with Ruby Soho being ranked number 1 after just one match.
That does not make any sense at all.
Oh, no sense whatsoever. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you, Michael Nakazawa is the one making this backstage right before being the elite. He's doing this. So yeah, it's interesting that she's ranked number 1. And don't get me started with the whole Daniel Bryan thing, but I digress. Jade is number 3, and Leyla is not in the top 5. So that's interesting.
That's interesting that she's not there. But wow, Jade Cargill's moving in the ranks. I mean, could we potentially see Jade Cargill down the road, maybe getting the shot against Britt Baker versus DMD? Are we seeing that happening?
Jade
Cargill, yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes, of course. I want to see that match, but then I don't, because odds are DMD is going to beat her and the momentum is going to go down, right? So the way I could see it is because Nyla Rose and Jade had that moment, right? And so Nyla Rose costs Jade the match, the title shot, and then they go off on their storyline, right? I feel like that is a possibility of something that I would like to see if given the title shot, right? Which at 12-0, yeah, I think she should be number 1. So yeah, I'll leave it at that.
I want to see Jada and Nyla Rose might as well make that match happen. Let that, that storyline begin in fruition. Since you mentioned about the elimination for the Casino Battle Royale, might as well have them go ahead and face each other. I would like to see that. Why not? That'd be something very intriguing to see. As for Leyla, like I said, man, I've been saying it for the last couple of times. Tony Khan, you need to make that call, man. I know you're watching the show. We could give you ideas. Make a women's mid-card title. We need a mid-card title in there.
Yeah.
At least for that. Or make another tournament. Something unique. I know that the tournament is not unique, but it's something different. Or make it like, why don't we, I'm going all balls out here. Make it like the G1 New Japan. Go by points. Put 8 women in one bracket, face each other by the points, 2 advance or like 4 advance. Anything like that. That's something like you can make it like a G1 style. That'll be awesome to see. Why not?
I would go as far as even to go with like a Queen of the Ring sort of style, Yeah. And then the next, whoever the winner is gets a title shot the following month or the following pay-per-view. That way it gives them enough time to do a storyline and do something, so a build-up, right? A story behind the winner of the Queen of the Ring and the champion. Don't sue me, WWE.
Yeah. See, call us. Hablamos español. We do speak Spanglish. Spanglish.
Und wir sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Aha, German too. There you go.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. All right. And then we do get the Malachi one, which I forgot about. Malachi Black comes in the ring, and then we see, Rosario Dawson, famous actress. I do love her work, by the way. But yes, Rosario Dawson. She, for a minute, I swear, I didn't recognize her for a quick instant. I'm like, wait, is that? I know they mentioned her, but I probably caught it delayed. I'm like, wait a minute, is that Brandy? I kind of caught her late. I'm like, oh wait, no. Then I saw the face. Oh, what is she doing? She's, trying to manhandle Malachi Black, and of course, here he comes. Why not? He took it away, even though the theme song didn't play, but he came. That's right. Anybody but Cody. But somebody named Cody showed up down to the crowd and make his name be known as Cody. Because now we are going to see it. The Grand Slam match coming up in weeks. And next week, I believe. So it is, yes. And, yep, Malachi's losing, man. That's it. It's a wrap. That's it. Cody's back.
It's not a wrap.
It's done.
It's not a wrap, sir. I have predicted it
Prediction.
Yes. I did say that Cody's gonna get this one back, right? But what I'm looking forward to is the third installment,
Yes.
the trilogy, right? The Rock said it himself. It doesn't matter who wins the first two. It only matters the end, the climax, what's going to happen at in the third one, right? So whoever wins the third one wins it all. And Ahsoka Tano, right? She yes, for those
Star Wars, Mandalorian,
Star Wars, of course,
Mandalorian.
Yes, she got physical, right? So yeah, good stuff there. And also this kind of confirms something. A confirmation. That we are, I feel like what everybody has been waiting for. News here, right? I'm pretty sure we can now confirm that the Go Big Show is gonna get a season 2. Yes.
Sure. I think we are gonna see a Go Big Show. You know what? It was all right. It was even though it was a kids, it was not bad. It was a kids more of course, but Paul White with his goofy. Why not? I liked it. It wasn't that bad. It's great for the children. It was great for the kids. So I'm like, I can't be mad. It is what it is.
I would have, if you would have told me that during season 1 of the Go Big Show that Big Show Paul White was going to be in AEW, I would have never believed you. And now there's a possibility that he might be on the show, right? Hey, here's hoping. So,
well, I mean, they do have Mark Henry, so there you go. He was on the show too. Yeah, he was on the show.
I didn't see the whole season, so
Mick Foley was there too. Rikishi was there too.
Are we talking about the same show?
Yes,
the Go Big Show
on Netflix.
No. I'm talking about.
Wait, what?
Yes, I'm talking about the Go Big Show.
Oh shit!
I think you're talking about the Big Show.
Oh shit! Okay.
Which, by the way, I did not finish watching that either. I saw only the first episode.
Oh, I forgot. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Jesus.
Yeah.
The one, the Go Big Show with Cody and
Cody, Snoop Dogg.
Okay, yeah. I'm confusing. I thought you were talking about Paul White's The Big Show Netflix fucking season. I was talking about that. I think but this one, okay. I only saw a couple of them. I didn't have a chance. The time that we have is limitless. See? That's right. That is right. All right. And of course, we do get Darby Allin versus Shawn Spears. And this is what you mentioned earlier for FTR. We did see Darby Allin pick up the win. Great win against Shawn Spears. I like the sadistic move though. He did it, like, wiping up the paint off Darby's face. Like, I'm wondering what's the meaning of that, because then we see the aftermath. We see Tony Blanchard, and FTR attacking Sting and Darby, and we see Tony Blanchard wiping the paint off of Sting's face. So, and giving the spiked pile driver, FTR to Sting. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was like, his neck, damn it, his neck. That's all I was worried about. I was like, Sting. Yes, Stang. You just had the stenosis, man. And I was scared. I was scared for you, Sting. Jesus. I'm like, but you know what? It wasn't that bad of a pile driver. But what do you think is now we have FTR? Looks like it's going to be a tag match. FTR versus Stang and Darby. That's what it looks like to me. There's your next move.
Yes, it is. I'll say this. I hoped that Sting and Darby Allin were gonna head into the tag team division, and maybe Sting cannot get a world title anymore, right? But he could get a tag team title with Darby Allin, and Darby Allin could be like, "Hey, I won a tag team championship with Sting. How cool would that be, huh?
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
totally possible.
Yes.
And Tony Khan, you watch us on a weekly basis, daily basis. You just hit us up, hit me up, because yeah, we got these ideas all day, day. So yeah, I would like for them to head into the tag team division. Unfortunately, Young Bucks are not the tag team champions anymore. Lucha Bros are, because I would have wanted to see Sting and Darby versus the Young Bucks. How cool would that have been? But we got Lucha Bros, which is totally awesome as well. So hopefully this is a stepping stone towards something like that.
Absolutely. And the fucked up part is FTR. They gotta be stepping stone over in the tag team division. But you can say that FTR could literally say, hey, you know what? I wrestled Stang in a tag match. Who would have thought of that? You grew up idolizing this man. You watch this individual facing your peers of the fellow Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson, Tony Blanchard himself, the feud with the Four Horsemen. Of course, you're going to be like, holy shit, I'm wrestling someone that I grew up watching, facing my peers and my idols in back in WCW, NWA, AWA days, World Class Championship Wrestling days.
WWE?
WWE, well, not WWE, but just more of that. Seeing that. So it's a double-edged sword for FTR. It hurts them good way and a bad way, because they're the greatest tag team, courtesy of Jim Cornette. Motherfucker, yeah, that's Jim Cornette. One more thing I forgot to mention before we get to the main event was the CM Punk and commentary. And throughout the whole commentary, we did see then later on Team Taz and the Sun Hook comes out trying to start beef with Punk. And of course, typical, usual Hobbs from behind, clobbers Punks, and tries to put him to the table.
Would you say it was clobbering time?
It was a clobbering time. And it was a clobbering time. Pun intended to CM Punk, because they clobber you from the back, Punk. And they try to put you to the table, didn't break, and now the announcement is made. Tony Khan made the announcement of the Grand Slam 2-hour show on Rampage. Punk versus Hobbs. All I can say to you, Hobbs, you are now buried. That's all I can tell you. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
In a way, but not really. I mean, it's a big show that they're no pun intended that they're putting together here. Well, right? It is a big show that they're putting together for at whatever stadium, Ash Stadium. I forgot what it's called. But yeah, a pretty good card. And I'm pretty sure if I'm a Hobbs, man, I don't care. I don't care if I'm counting the lights at the end of that match. I had a match with CM Punk, and it was on an awesome show. And I don't care what y'all say, but I can retire now. No, you don't. But still, it's fun. It's a cool thing, that Punk doesn't see, oh, this is too low of a match for me. No, he wants to get in there with everybody, with anyone at any level, right? So I feel like that's a great thing for Hobbs, for Team Taz, for Punk himself, right? So yeah, let's see.
I know. I'm with you. Let's see what would occur. Let's see him Punk. I just hope they don't bury him too much. I mean, of course, he's going to lose his match unless they extend the story. Maybe like a double DQ, Brian Cage and Ricky Starks gets involved. You can see a tag match, and then you see Brian Cage be alongside with Punk. You may see that. I mean, I don't feel that's a bad idea either. I mean,
not
Cage with Punk, why not? And Punk will probably help him along the way, give him veteran charisma style like Taz did to Brian Cage. I'm not saying that, I'll bring that up later on in Pro Wrestling News. Speaking of Cage. And that could be the case. It could do that maybe, and then extend the story more. Or make it a great instant classic, no pun intended, to Christian Cage, but more just a great match between Hobbs and Punk that Hobbs is clean and move on, and then have Ricky Starks later.
Yeah,
That could be the case.
it's I call it the Mortal Kombat ladder, where you keep climbing up.
That's right.
Hobbs has the opportunity to show what he's got, right? He better take it.
I know. And this is and knocking on wood, don't do anything green, Hobbs, because don't bust a Ryback on Punk, because Punk will be literally mad. He'll literally clobber you now that he's a heavy guy now and is now a student of the mixed martial arts. So I think, yeah, don't fuck it up, Hobbs. Do not fuck it up. Don't bust the Ryback on Punk. That's the one thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll leave that for another time, but I'll just say that Punk it did not necessarily have the most successful MMA career, but whatever. I'll just leave it at that.
And we do get for Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, showing up in Kenny Omega. Of course, Matt's idol, his bastard Boppy, carny piece of shit, Don Callis, just going off and seeing Bryan Danielson. And on that Danielson, the next Danielson cut him off. Like, hey, shut up, you piece of shit. Telling Kenny Omega, I have respect for you. I know you have it in you, but it looks like you hang out with the stooges. You making this piece of shit, talking for you. But it looks like you're missing something. It's not there no more. You lost your balls. You don't have the balls anymore. Kenny Omega finally accepts saying, because when Bryan Danielson gave him the yes or no, he said yes. And now the announcement was made. 2 weeks, we're going to see Bryan Danielson versus Kenny Omega. And what did I say? And even we both said it on the last week's show.
Yeah.
He doesn't want the belt. He just wanted Omega. You heard it? He said it right in the mic. He said, I'm not talking about the belt. I'm talking about you. The man who is a god of professional wrestling. I want that guy. I don't want the belt. I want that guy. So are you excited? Are you exquisitely immaculate excited for this? We finally get to have it. Ned Flanders right now, damn it. Are you happy?
I'm totally Ned Flanders. Yes and no. Yes and no. I did mention last week, so check out last week's episode as well, that really, like, I love my beloved rankings. Don't mess with them. Hey, come on.
Rankings.
Nakazawa, get it right. Okay. Daniel Bryan has excuse me. Whoop.
Oh yeah.
Oh no. Bryan Danielson has done a lot of great stuff, right? Main events at WrestleMania and all that, blah, blah, blah. Great. But you're in another company now. You gotta make your way up, son. You gotta start from the bottom. Started from the bottom.
Now we're here.
Yeah, there you go.
Started from the bottom where hands up.
But Daniel Bryan's not doing that, and he's just cutting the line, like as he does, getting into triple threats and getting title shots out of nowhere. But here we go. Let's see how it happens. Will it be a classic? Oh, I'm sure it will be. It'll be electrifying and all that great stuff. But yeah, I'm thinking about my rankings. No, don't mess with that, Brian. If that's your real name.
Oh my God. But yes, I am excited and I cannot wait to cover it. Oh man, it's like just dream come true, man. It's like you're playing your game console, or you creating these dream matches. Like, oh yes,
Create character.
Yes, No Mercy, Nintendo 64. Yes, sir, that was me. I loved it. Yes, classic. And WrestleMania 2000. Classic. Mm-hmm.
And WWE 2K20.
Oh, that's right, 2K20 as well. Yes, yes. Now we got the main event of the evening for Dynamite. 2.0 versus Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston And of course, I hate to say it, but it was a squash match. Great back and forth at the beginning. But there's a reason why it was a squash match. Because Punk mentioned earlier in the commentary about why Minoru Suzuki ranted out, digressed on social media. This is bullshit. AEW didn't give me my theme song that people sing to. You gave me only like 5 minutes. You gave Moxley 3 extra more minutes. And of course, he's pissed off. And Punk mentioned it. And I like the fact that AEW does that. It's just real shit. And it was real. That was not a kayfabe. So, I mean, I was happy with that. That was real shit that Minoru felt. And I'm glad. And, of course, the aftermath after the match, we see Lance Archer, Suzuki Gun reunited, which is very exciteful. And this time, the crowd sang the song. So, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, hey. I mean, I wish Matt was here because he knows it more than I am.
Oh, yes.
He is a 6'9" answers of everything besides Mike and I. But Matt has it all. Always forget the meaning of the song. I think it's King of the World is what he meant to say in Japanese. Correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I apologize in Japan. Yes, I do watch in Japan, but damn, I don't know too much of the theme songs. I don't speak Japanese. I'm trying to, but it's hard. It is really, really hard. But yes, the match is up, and now we're gonna get that tag match and the reunion of Lance Archer and Minoru Suzuki versus Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston. So, what are your thoughts about the main event and seeing the crowd singing that, the Minoru Suzuki one?
Were you about to say Kenzo Suzuki? It kind of seemed like that.
I was for a little bit.
Shout out to Kenzo Suzuki. I remember him from back in the day. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, I'd never heard the theme song before, but I kept hearing that people were outraged and they wanted the whole experience of it getting to the point where they sing and all that good stuff. It's like cutting off Judas before the chorus, right? So I'm glad that they are listening, right? And I'm talking about AEW. AEW listens to what the people are saying, and they give the people what they want.
30 Hills.
Yes. 30 Hills. There you go. There it is.
Kobe Wheatston. There you go.
Wheatston. There you go. Big shout out to those guys.
That's right.
And
our brothers, right?
Really, like I'm looking forward to that match for sure. I'm sure it's going to be great, and it adds on to the whole thing of Jon Moxley facing these New Japan people, right? New Japan wrestlers. I wonder what the end game is going to be to that. And Matt has already guessed that it's Okada, right? That Okada is the final boss, right, in this storyline for Moxley. But we'll see. We'll see what happens in that front.
Did he say Okada or Tanahashi?
I heard him say Okada.
Okay.
But Tanahashi seems a more immediate possibility because he's the United States, champion.
Yes.
So I feel like that's a more immediate opportunity or, thing that might happen. But yes, so the main event here, I do not get 2.0. Where did these guys? Who the fuck is that guy? I don't understand.
Well,
should I see these guys as main event guys? How many Dynamites have they main evented now?
Man, I think a couple of them already, right? Like 22 or 3, I think, if I'm correct.
In the comments, please enlighten me. Are these guys somebody that I should know, or I don't know? I have
no idea. I mean, but we know them from NXT, Ever Rise. I know, but I gotta give them. I mean, gotta give them credit too, man. Fuck it, if they want to, I will get hated for this shit, but it is
say it, please.
It's fuck it. If I have to job for 15 minutes, job out for 2 incredible athletes. Get my ass cooked, get my ass kicked, and just fucking get paid good money for it. Screw it. All right. And be the main event. Screw it. All right. I'm not hating on Everrise or their talents. It's just obviously they're not showcased enough, just only on Dark or Elevation, but on Dynamite, just barely like briefly 2 to 3 minutes, and then the next 5 minutes is a squash match, getting your ass beat. Well, why not? I can't hate. I congratulate. That's all I can do.
I just feel like these guys came out of nowhere and they're just put on my TV screen, and I just would like to know why.
Tony Khan, respond. You know, you watch the show, so you gotta respond to us. We gotta respond more to Money Mike than me. I mean, yeah, that's what I can do. All right, and there was a preview as well for this Friday's Rampage as well. We got the Lucha Brothers versus Butcher and Blade for the AEW World Tag Titles Championship on the line. And of course, we have the TNT title on the line. Fuego challenging Miro. It's either winner takes all with this car as well. And of course, we have Anna Jade versus the Bunny. That's right, on Rampage this Friday. I'm looking forward for the Lucha Bros and Butcher and Blade. Butcher and Blade are underrated tag team. Straight out underrated. And I like Blade too. Blade is another great upcoming star, and also, you know, in Butcher. I mean, they've been around in the independent circuit for quite some time. Well, I think it's about time for them to get the title shot, and I'm hoping they deliver in this tag team. Hopefully, it's the main event. But something tells me that the Miro will be the main event for that. Of course, I want Anna Jay to win, of course. But it looks like there's going to be a tag team feud. We're going to see probably the following week, Jay Conti, Anna Jay versus the Bunny and Penelope Ford. It looks like that's where the direction they're heading with. One thing that I'm going to say right now, it looks like on this one, Money Mac, the possibilities are unknown what could happen with the TNT belt. I will be in shock if Fuego becomes the TNT champion. But it seems like there's like 10% out of 100 million% that would happen, or even 1%. I'm sorry, Fuego. I love you, man, but I even signed a petition online for you to get signed in AEW. Damn it!
I signed it too. Yes.
There you go. So
but not for this.
Not for this, though. Why would you do that? Why? You shouldn't do that. But here's one thing, Money Mike, that I'm watching, and I'm pretty sure you're watching too. If you're gonna think what I'm thinking,
I watch all.
That's right. Looks like we're seeing the next challenger for Miro. It was right next to Fuego del Sol in that vehicle today. Who is that?
Interesting.
Yes. We've been metaphoring a lot of Rocky. But this is almost similar to it. This is your Ivan Drago who's gonna beat the living hell out of Apollo Creed. And there goes your Balboa of Sammy Guevara, and it's gonna be Sammy the next one challenging Miro. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know. I mean, think about it. Why he came out on Dynamite next to Fuego?
Yeah.
And you sure you want to do that? You know, like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll put it all on the line. I'll put it. I'll put my car on the line. I'll put everything on the line for that TNT belt. I mean, come on. Talk to me, man. What's up with that?
Yeah.
I mean,
okay. Last time, right? Fuego ended up being signed because he faced Miro, but yet he lost in a pretty squashable match. Yes. So okay, I'll say this: Miro versus Sammy. That is something I'm down for. Yeah. I mean, no offense to Fuego. Fuego is, he's cool and all. He's the master of the tornado DDT, in case you didn't know. Nobody does it better. Nobody. And I find it kind of comical. And but yes, that is a very good analogy that you made of Rocky IV. That Apollo Creed gets destroyed by the Russian, in this case Miro. And yeah, Rocky steps up, climbs the mountain, and all that good stuff, and beats the TNT champion. However, in my rankings,
ranking system.
in my rankings, Sammy is nowhere to be found. So yeah, I don't know, Mr. Guevara. If you're qualified for the TNT championship?
All right, well, let us know your fellow ranking system. Who qualifies for that TNT championship?
Okay, so at number 1, we have Orange Cassidy. Now, come on, that'd be pretty fun to watch as well. Powerhouse Hobbs at number 2, John Moxley at number 3, Christian Cage at 4, and Jungle Boy at number 5. So any of those matches really would be a cool matchup for Miro. I feel like Miro has not faced any of those guys, right? Maybe Orange, but other than that, like I don't remember him facing Jungle Boy. I could be wrong, but either of those matchups are good matchups, right, for him, based on the rankings.
That's right.
But if you want to do it like the way McMahon does it, this and that, then yeah, Sammy would be cool.
I think
Love you, McMahon.
You have a little puppet right there.
Oh yes, where is he?
Where is he right there?
Oh.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Papa Vinny right there. The devil himself. Jesus.
I'll put him on my shoulder.
There you go. But you know what? Like I said, I know we mentioned a lot of the Brocky, but I'm just very excited. Extremely excited for this. And if it does happen, Sammy can be the one dethroning Miro.
That's not gonna happen.
But
I'm willing to put my car. No, not my car. Never mind.
you don't put your car on the line. I'll put my scooter on the line. That's what I'll. Oh my God, no! You don't want. We'll wait to see, and I think we'll figure it out by next week. Once we see, Rampage, if that's the case, because something, like I said, something tells me that Miro is just going to try to annihilate this guy and probably destroy him, and then Sammy probably had enough to go in there, like, what the hell, man? And then Miro snaps on him, and then here we go.
Yeah,
and something tells me, man, it's on and on and on. But definitely. All right. Well, very briefly, before we take a little commercial break, one thing I wanted to mention about Brian Cage to you. Melissa Santos made a comment on social media. I'm pretty sure you heard about this, that AEW is underutilizing Brian Cage. We haven't had the opportunity to speak about this because this was recent, fresh. Wow, she made a bold statement there, and I know Cage didn't say much, but wow, she's okay. He debuted in a Casino Battle Royal, right? He debuted in a Casino. Okay. He won that Battle Royal, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And nothing. What else? He became FTW champion, but that's not a relevant title. We already know that. Not much of a main eventer. Underutilized is what her point was. Do you agree with Melissa Santos' comments?
Yes. Yeah, she's right. I feel like they've, well, to an extent, misused. I don't know. I feel like if he would have been misused, he would have been losing to Marco Stunt. But could have they been using him better? Yes, of course. I really believe that this guy is main event caliber.
Yes, he is.
He was ranked number 1. He beat Hangman, right? He was, up top. And he just needs a good feud, is what I think. Get him away from Starks, get him away from Taz. Enough of that. He's been associated with Taz for long enough. Get him a good feud against Miro. Oof. Huh?
Oh my God.
My Spidey sense tingled just now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would book it. Why the hell not? Because that's a match to see if we don't get the Sammy though.
Maybe, but Cage should be, and I'll go on record to say this right now, that Cage should be the one who dethrones Miro. That's what I think. I really would like to see that happen.
Yes.
And I'm a Miro guy for sure. Miro Day all day.
That's right, Miro Day.
Yeah.
But I hope so. I mean, I agree with her too. I'm not saying she's wrong about it. Because I mean, he left Impact, was a former Impact World Champion, former X Division champion. He did become a Triple Crown there, even a tag team champion in Impact. Great feuds with Michael Elgin, with Karrion Kross, which was at the time Chris Cross. Killer Cross, excuse me, that Chris Cross. So I'm thinking about Chris Cross. Hey, see,
Chris Cross. Everybody.
Yeah, there you go. And then also with Johnny Nitro, Johnny Impact at the time. It was Impact. So he had great feuds when he went to Impact. And then when he became a free agent, it was either AEW or NXT. He was this close, but he chose AEW because he felt like he would probably get a better schedule, better booking. And to be honest with you, I felt kind of the same way. But if he was right now in NXT, I guarantee you he'll be the NXT champion right now. He'll probably be the one dethroning Karrion Kross instead of Samoa Joe, because that's a little puppet right there. Ha ha! I like him. He's big. He's masculine. I need him. I want him. That's Puppet Benny for you right there. So there you go. He definitely would have booked him right since he took over NXT 2.0, which we'll get into that. But yes, I will agree with Melissa Santos on this, and I'm hoping you're right. Get him away from this damn Team Taz shit. Make him start fresh with something different. Hell, throw him against the Matt Hardy fucking faction. Why not? Yeah. You know, something different. I mean, yeah, the guy has everything. The guy can move. He's very agile, quick in the ring. You know, powerhouse. Okay, we know that the lack is the mic skills. He's getting there. He's there, not all the way. He's there. I know people are not sold of his, you know, the way how he talks, but give him some time. Give him a manager then. That's the case.
Yeah.
You know, you already move on from Taz, give him to someone else. Fuck it. Put him with CM Punk then. CM Punk to talk for him. I don't mind that. I don't care. Something different for him. Book him very well. Utilize it, because this is an asset that he could be your future for all elite wrestling, besides the other ones he have already building.
How old is he? Like, or is he?
He's not even close to his 40s. He's something. How old is Brian Cage? That's a very good question. I think he's pretty like early 30s, I believe so. Let me double check that.
You could still get good mileage off of someone like that, you know.
Oh no, never mind.
Oh, how old is he?
Yeah, he's 30. He's 37. He's
still, still. There's no issue at all. Yeah, I mean, he has so much potential. He has the look. This guy is an action figure brought to life.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So definitely, they gotta get on that. And honestly, maybe that's what it took for somebody to be vocal about it, and for AEW to listen and be like, you know what? What have we done here? We've dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Give this man a feud, you know, a worthy storyline. And I feel like that it's coming. I feel like it's going to happen.
I hope so. I hope they listen to Melissa Santos, and you never know. Hopefully we'll see her tonight in the 1 year anniversary primetime. Things can never know, because these are LA natives that lives in LA. But speaking of that, we'll be right back. We're gonna take a little commercial break. You will be seeing once again the commercial for tonight's event. That of course we're all excited. Oh, I'm excited for that. But you'll be seeing that. And when we come back, we'll get some pro wrestling news, and we'll discuss our thoughts of NXT 2.0 and the card for Victory Road very briefly. But we'll be right back after these messages for tonight's event of the 1 year anniversary Primetime Live PP reunion. Check it out. Tickets are limited still. Only few left still for you SoCal pro wrestling fans that are listening to this or watching this early in the morning. Show is at 7 o'clock. Doors open at that time. Make sure you purchase them before 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We'll be right back after these messages. Old Fashioned Wrestling United Wrestling Network Primetime Live presents the PP Reunion, live September 16th at Don Quixote Venues at Olympic Boulevard, Los Angeles, California. Featuring the stars from Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, the Heritage Champion Jordan Cruz, Jordan Clearwater, Ruby Reyes, Dan Joseph, Levi Shapiro, Howdy Price, The Bodega, Beef Candy, Reno Scum, Midnight Heat, CC Chanel, and much more appearances. The Devious One I've received from Circle the Debate Podcast with our fellow sponsorships for the 1-year primetime live anniversary for the reunion of PP Ray Roses, and Peter Avalon. You do not want to miss this epic event coming to you live September 16th in Don Quixote venue, Los Angeles. Make sure you follow Old Fashioned Wrestling on their social media platforms for ticket information, as the tickets are selling out like hotcakes. So make sure you purchase tickets now before it's too late, and we will see you there. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Circle the Debate Podcast, episode 72. Man, 72 episodes in, man. It's 72. So don't forget, tonight, do not want to miss it. SoCal pro wrestling fans that are watching this early in the morning or in the afternoon, or listening to this, to all of our audio platform listeners in Southern California, make sure you go tonight. There's only limited tickets left for the 1-year primetime anniversary live show and the reunion of PP Ray Rosas, and Peter Avalon, which we cannot wait. I'm excited. Money Mike's excited. The whole crew is excited. We're looking forward as we are sponsoring the United Wrestling Tag Team Championships, which is Bodega, Danny Limelight, and Papo Esco defending the United Wrestling Tag Team Championship versus Midnight Heat, and which Ricky Gibson and Eddie Pearl. Looking forward for that match. That's going to be epic. And also you're going to have Dan Joseph challenging Jordan Cruz, the Heritage World Champion of Championship Wrestling for Hollywood, for that championship belt. That's going to be another great epic match. And Jordan Clearwater versus Levi Shapiro, the non-title match. I wish it was for the United Television title, but you never know. Things could change later on today, and much more surprises we're having. I cannot wait to make sure you guys be there. And don't worry, we'll vlog it for you guys. You'll be seeing it in an upcoming, maybe next week here on Circle Debate. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all that live action, non-televised. Yeah. All right, pro wrestling news. Now we're giving to you briefly. Want to give MLW Major League Wrestling, they're back in action on October 2nd, beginning the Opera Cup, as they announced their 8 participants. The last year winner was Tom Filthy Lawler, and he's back again defending the Opera Cup as he's part of the participant of the tournament. It's himself. It is David Richards, TJP, Matt Cross, Lee Morty, who just signed with AEW just recently, Calvin Tankman, and 2 unexpected announcements just recently. One was Bobby Fish, formerly from NXT, will be making his debut in MLW. And the last participant in that tournament as well is Alex Shelley from Impact Wrestling. So I'm looking excited for this. October 2nd, do not miss MLW on Vice TV. Stay tuned for that. Great pro wrestling content. And shout out to George Mackay, Straight Talk Wrestling, who covers that along with Uncle Bobby B. So make sure you check them out on their YouTube channel because they cover that very briefly. More than we do. We have so much to cover. Of course, Jake Atlas, better known as Kenny Marquez, has stepped away from professional wrestling. He announced it on his social media this past few days ago. He will step away, just want to be left alone, privacy, doesn't want to be asked why. He just wants to find another passion that he has. A lot of people go through mental issues, and I have much respect for Kenny. And wish him the best, and hopefully he can find something passionate besides professional wrestling, or maybe he'll change his mind and come back. But we wish him the best, and hopefully everything will be good for him. Very young age, Mike, 26 years old. So I'm just hoping, wishing for the best. That's all we could do, right, Money Mike? Is wishing for the best.
Absolutely. I'll say this, and I can only speak as Mike Lopez, right? That I myself have a lot of different interests and a lot of different hobbies and passions, right? Where you want to test if you could do something else, not just be a one-trick pony, right? You want to see what else you can do with your abilities, especially at an age like 26. The guy or the kid, because he's younger than me, the kid has the world at his fingertips. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. And he's already been to NXT. He's already done a lot of stuff. He has his own action figure. I'm sure he's very, very proud of that. And really, that is something that not a lot of people get to accomplish, right? So I'm sure he's very, very proud of himself. His family is proud. And yeah, so right now, he's just kind of, I definitely agree that sometimes you just gotta take it easy and kind of take a step back and see what your next move is going to be, because sometimes you jump into things and you don't really think about it and it doesn't go so well. But I'm glad that he's taking a step back, thinking about it, getting himself ready for what's next.
Absolutely.
I look forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. So wish you for the best, sir. Kenny Marquez, wish you for the best, brother. SoCal native for sure. And also, very recap. Congratulations for Ring of Honor for a phenomenal show that happened this past Sunday, Death Before Dishonor. People that had missed out on it, catch it, the replay on Fight TV or any other subscribers are able to find this pay-per-view that happened this past Sunday. Congratulating Rock C becoming the Ring of Honor Women's Champion at the age of 19, the youngest Ring of Honor Women's Champion. And people who are not familiar with her in work, she is from Reality Wrestling, Booker T's Pro Wrestling Training Academy. And that's a fellow alumni of Booker T. And Booker T is proud of her. I think we're all proud. She came a long way from the independent circuit, being signed with Miranda Lee's to Ring of Honor. And congratulations for a phenomenal match that you had with Miranda. It was great storytelling, great face heel. And now you're the youngest women's Ring of Honor World Champion. Man, that's 19, Mike. 19 years old. Jesus.
Jeez Louise. I was barely getting my first job at 19, after a year of taking a step back and seeing what's going to happen next. Definitely, man. She is that is an accomplishment for sure. Youngest champion, dare I say, world champion ever, right? That record used to belong to Randy Orton, I believe, or Lesnar, I can't remember. But 19, it's gonna be hard to beat that, right? So yeah, definitely. Congratulations, Miss Rock C. Congrats.
That's right. That is right. That is right. So now we talked about last week's show whose contract's expiring. We mentioned Sami Zayn and Kevin Steen. But we forgot two people. One is actually staying, and one is going. And so the one that is staying is Pete Dunne. He signed a 3.5-year extension. He will be staying, and he throughout the summer of 2024. Now the question is, which we'll get into when we talk about NXT. Now the other one is, the question is, will this individual stay? And that is Mr. Johnny Takeover. Gargano's NXT contract is up on December 3rd of this year. Will he stay, Money Mike?
That's a good question. It really, I feel like he's going to see how NXT 2.0, dumb name by the way, how this is gonna go. Let's see. And I don't know. A part of me is trying to not say, oh, he's gonna go to AEW. No, because at some point that door has got to close, right? Too many people jumping over to AEW, and not enough time to give to everybody, right? Not enough TV time, and I'm pretty sure Gargano wouldn't want something like that. Being lost in the shuffle. I'm sure he's looking at how Adam Cole is doing, and so many factors here. He's got a lot to think about. Is even a main roster call up? Is that even a possibility, or is that something that he wants? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So many factors, and if I were to say, I will say that he stays.
Yeah, I think I'm with you too, and we'll get into that a little bit later. Why he's going to stay. All right, so I want to move in very briefly with this now with Impact's Wrestling coming up this Saturday, which is on Impact Plus, which is Victory Road. So far, we only have announced 5 matches in the card, but I'm pretty sure there will be more matches announced throughout the rest of the week here before getting to that event. So by far, we do have Decay, Havoc, and Rosemary defending the Knockouts Tag Team titles versus Savannah Evans and Tasha Steeles. We do have Finn Juice, of course, David Finlay and Juice Robinson versus Bullet Club. New member is Chris Bay and Hikuleo, who made his debut on Impact last week. And we have this other tag team that I'm really looking forward to see Money Mike, and that's Eddie Edwards, Sami Callihan versus Moose and W. Morrissey. That's going to be a rubber knocker for sure. Oh, I'm excited for that match. And the other one I'm excited is the X Division titles on the line. And that is Josh, Mr. Weapon Alexander defending the X Division title versus Chris Sabin. That's a match that I'm looking forward to seeing. And the main event, of course, another one that I'm intrigued to see because it's the first time I believe that is Ace Austin's getting a title shot for the World Impact Championship versus Christian Cage. So these are the matches we have so far announced for this Saturday, Mike. Are you intrigued in this upcoming pay-per-view for Impact? And are you happy for them how they're, so far are being more noticeable and getting up there now and seeing these new faces? And not only that, but seeing these new feuds, especially now we got Eddie Edwards and Sammy now coexisting after, what the incident that happened with the eye and all that drama that happened. And now we see them coexisting now versus Moose and W. Morrissey. I think that's going to be the match for me of the night for me, hopefully. So I don't know how you feel about it.
You know what? I agree. There's a lot of story going into it in that regard. But W. Morrissey, I feel like he's having a career resurgence, right? And in Impact. So him and Moose, man, that's like a heavy duty team right there. Oh, yeah. Just putting those two names together is enough to get me interested. And on top of that, you all around, everything about this match, I feel is probably gonna be my prediction. Is might be the match of the night. Yeah,
definitely. I cannot wait to see. Can't wait to see how they deliver this one for sure. All right. So the last subject of the evening here, the last topic is now NXT 2.0. Yes. All right. Over here. This one. Right? 2.0. Of course, Hunter Paulebeck was not there. But Kevin Dunn was. Of course, that Bugs Bunny looking motherfucker was there.
That explains a few things.
Yes, exactly. And this was a whole new era, ladies and gentlemen, a new era of NXT. The black and gold brand is obsolete. Obsolete. It is gone.
What color of the brand is it now?
I have no idea.
Exactly.
Right there.
That's why it's bad. Gosh, it's like you had, if you're talking about colors here of the brands, you had red for Raw, blue for SmackDown, naturally primary colors. Yellow is the third brand, right? It only made sense. Yeah,
I know. I already know. But I will say though, the setup was actually nice. It actually was not a bad setup. I think it kind of opened up the field more and made it less I gotta say, less with claustrophobic, as what the meaning is, like more condensed. Like it was, at least the fences were gone. It was open now. It opened the stage up a little bit more. It looked very vibrant. So I did like the setup. I'm not disregarding the setup. The setup was nice. I did enjoy like how they looked all around. Perfect idea. I like that. Now the debuts. This is a whole fresh new debuts that we're seeing here. We got the faces of this guy in the vignette busting a Tony Soprano, Tony D'Angelo, former NCAA wrestler. I believe up in Minnesota or Buffalo, New York. I believe one of them. Former. There you go. That's a WWE developmental. We do have, of course, the Creed brothers, Drew and Jay Casper. That's their real names. But they're that part of Dynamite, who are now, we're both former NCAA as well, which is now a developmental for WWE. Then we have Ivy Nile, who is really known as Emily Archulis. She competed in NBC's Titan at the Rock show. She was actually a former MMA fighter, but I think amateur. I don't think she was like a professional.
Yeah.
Then we also have this guy, Trick Williams, a former NCAA football player, former Eagle NFL player, who was alongside with Carmelo Hayes. Like the charisma that he has, but yeah. Then we have, of course, Braun Breaker. People, we all know who Braun Breaker looks like because he tried to look like his daddy and his uncle, the Steiner brothers, which he is Rick Steiner's son. His name is actually Rex. He had a name called Rex Steiner, and I wish they would have kept that name, but they call him Braun Breaker. It's kind of hard to make sure not to call him Braun Strowman, but it catches on. And of course, Von Wagner. People who are not familiar with Von Wagner, he is the son of Wayne Bloom. His real name is Cal Bloom, Von Wagner. Wayne Bloom is one of the tag teams better known as the Beverly Brothers. So if you go back to the WWE F90 Golden Era, you find the Beverly Brothers. He's right there, Wayne Bloom. He's a legend in the ring from the AWA, NWA, WCCW, WWF, and WCW. And now his son, Von Wagner. Of course,
a title shot, right? Right away.
Got a title shot right away. They took out Kyle O'Reilly. Braun Breaker defeating LA Knight in the opening match. And the Creed brothers, okay, they impressed me. The other one that actually as well that impressed me was Mandy Rose. She looks more of a professional wrestler now. That brunette look. That blonde is gone. Now it's a brunette. And overall, this is a whole new era, Money Mike. A lot of big men's here. And I'm going to digress very briefly.
Sure.
I did like the Creed brothers, like I said. Not a fan of Von Wagner. Vince McMahon said it himself from your window that, hey, pal, this guy looks like he can main event in WrestleMania. Yeah. Because he's big. He's built up. Of course. You put him in a fucking main event in the Fatal 4-Way. You take out Kyle O'Reilly, which I was expecting Kyle O'Reilly to win. No offense to Tommaso Ciampa. Congratulations, by the way, becoming again a 2-time NXT champion. But I was expecting Kyle O'Reilly to get finally his chance to win and become a world champion. Did not happen. Then you take him out of the picture. Don't know why. You put this Von Wagner. Who the fuck is that guy, huh? You want to talk about who the fuck are these guys? There you go. And then Braun Breaker, Rick Steiner, you're pushing him to the moon. You're pushing him to the moon. Right away beating LA Knight. And then right after the wedding of Indy and Dexter Lumis, which by the way, I enjoyed it. It wasn't a bad segment. I know that's a WWE segment. You know it too, Bunny Mike. Go back to all the weddings of WWE. This one was a WWE moment.
let me ask you, who was that guy? It was this Asian fellow with rainbow trunks and
I
all that.
forgot
Who's
his
that guy?
name. Tajiri trained him. He came
Okay,
from All Japan. So
he's new.
yeah, he came out in the NXT breakout tournament.
Oh, okay.
So he's
Interesting.
great. He's actually not a bad wrestler.
I think for whatever reason he stood out to me. I mean, maybe it was the trunks.
But yeah, he's upcoming another rising star too. But yes, it pissed me off for Kyle for that to happen, for LA Knight for that to happen. Something tells me that all of this has been happening. It's not going to be a mixture of 50-50 veterans from NXT and the new upcoming stars. We will be seeing LA Knight in the main roster. We might be seeing Kyle O'Reilly to the main roster. Heck, we might even be seeing to the moon. We might see Cameron Grimes go to the main roster. I have a feeling majority of these NXT stars will be going to the main roster coming up in this draft on October 1st, beginning on October 1st on SmackDown. But this show overall, it did got viewers, 770,000 viewers, better than last week's NXT before the rebrand. The reason why I say it went so well, because of course people were curious. Even I was curious. What do you mean? Like, what is it? What's this new NXT is all about? Some people liked it, some people don't. I'm gonna be here to say it was all right, but I didn't like the main event. Period. It's not like that you took out Kyle O'Reilly and you put Von Wagner in a bad position just because he's fucking big. And you're pushing this Rex Steiner kid to the top already. Barely had his first national television fucking match. What's up with that? Like, oh my God, you're destroying this NXT brand, the title itself, and making it irrelevant. Nothing. That is garbage. That's what it feels to me. People might beg to differ, which I know I'm going to get heat for it. But bring the hate, baby. Comment below and let me know. But I'm digressing because you don't understand the black and gold brand. Paul Levesque of what he brought you. You would never heard of Shinsuke Nakamura. Brought you the Steens, which is the Kevin Owens, the Sami Zangs, the Pacs, Neville, Seth Rollins. All of these independent stars and became stars themselves of who they are. Now you're bringing the WWE system, NCAA pro wrestlers, and former football players. That's all I got. That shit. But I'll give it, my heart is a little bit open to give it a chance to look at it. Not for you, huh? Your heart is closed, Mike.
No. Close it. Close that thing up.
Okay.
Lock it. Put it in your pocket, as the kids say at the school. No. Close it. If your heart is a little open, no. Close it, please. Because really, why do you?
Go ahead.
Why do you get? I'll do exactly the opposite of that. I will tell you exactly that. Why do people still watch some of this stuff? I don't get it. And yes, I love professional wrestling as much as the next person, but you gotta ask for quality. And if you want change, and if you want people to, or if the higher ups in WWE, NXT, whatever, to give you quality entertainment, stop watching. Stop watch. Turn that thing off. Because it is there. Some of the things that I saw were pretty cringe, to be honest. And I'll speak up straight up here that some of the stuff was cringe, and I feel like they could have done better. They could have introduced these new set of characters in a much better way. And you know what? I'm not tuning in because I want change. I want better. I want quality. If I'm going to be giving 2 hours of my life for this, I'm sorry, WWE. I'm sorry, NXT, but you are not earning that time by giving me what you gave me last night. Enough said.
Now, I mean, the only thing I said will won me over was the Diamond Mine crew. I'm intrigued with that because they got these twin brothers that, hey, I like that wrestling type of tag team because it makes sense of what it fits because of how, what they try to like introduce. Like they want like a wrestling, you know how the whole vignettes, remember with the whole workout. Okay, it makes sense how they're doing it. And I'm hoping they don't bury this faction how they did in the beginning. And now that they rebranded them and now adding a female to it, she's looking like Masha Slamovich. Sorry, Masha, but she does look like you a little bit. But hey, I like it. I love it. So I can say I love that part. The other ones, I'm not. I can't. Von Wagner really looks like a fucking edge and looks like he might got a main event level. What the fuck? No, I can't accept it. I can't. And not even look, Steiner, maybe. But that's too soon already. You're gonna tell me you're gonna give him a title shot already? If he wins,
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, right. Okay. If he wins the title off of Tommaso Ciampa, that means that title is trash. It's irrelevant. The history that people has fought for takeovers for those titles are nothing anymore. They're not meant for shit. And I feel sorry for Paul Levesque. And this is why I feel like why he had a fucking heart attack. Because all this bullshit. You know, it's like, I don't know, Mike. This is a rest in peace NXT takeovers. We're never going to see this no more. Enjoy the 8 of them, right? Not even 40. It's 38, right?
It was like
36. Oh, yeah, you're right. 36. Yeah, you're right. 36. That's it. Enjoy it. Because that's all you're going to get. 36 takeovers of Instant Classic. Make sure you buy them on DVD or anywhere. Don't be having Peacock for that reason. If you have it, just watch that. Because we're going to watch now. I know that we're sounding like assholes, that we're not giving this a chance. More than Money Mike than myself. It's just that.
Not taking it back. I said what I said. I say what I mean, and I mean what I say.
There you go. So it's like I said, I'm going to be watching it because I want to see if that does. Look, the only way for me to stop watching this if they give him that belt. If they give this Braun Breaker the NXT belt at like an ASAP, then I'm done watching it. It means nothing to me because what's the point of going for the belt? You've literally buried this fucking championship belt. I don't know how you feel the same way, but I feel that way.
Yeah, I feel like I've kind of addressed some things already, and really, I wish it was different. I really do. I definitely think Triple H did a great job with NXT, a phenomenal job with NXT, and really just I honestly don't know how he's seeing all this, how involved he's going to be with NXT moving forward, and not just him, Shawn Michaels, A-Train, Regal, how are these guys taking all this? Yeah, get Kevin Dunn out of there.
Yeah, it's too late. It's a done wrap, Vince, a lot, it's a Vince production now.
Nope. So not interested.
Not interested anymore. Nope. That's it.
Gone.
It's a wrap.
Vince is involved. Nope. No, thank you.
Kevin Dunn and your BFF. And your BFF. Brother Love. Bruce Pritchard is involved too. And hey, Johnny Ace. Yep, Johnny Ace is involved too. So that's it.
That's it. That's it for me.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that is it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Because
on that note,
that is it for us here on Circle Debate, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in here on episode 72, and for all our audio platform listeners around the world, and also wanted to say for all our international people around the world as well, especially for our Centro America, la cultura. Hey, Feliz Día de Independencia a todos los centroamericanos aquí de Ecuador, de Honduras, de Guatemala, de El Salvador, de Nicaragua,
Panamá.
de Panamá, de Cuba, muchísimo. Y también la independencia de, of course, México as well, you could say. Yeah, there you go. So, feliz día de independencia para todos los latinos americanos, a todos los latinos de Centroamérica.
Y viva la raza.
Viva la raza, baby. That's right. It's right about the Locos for Life. It's Circle Day for Life. COD for Life. Oh, and that's right. Y también para toda la gente que nos escucha, también desde Colombia, también feliz día de la independencia. También gracias por escucharnos aquí en Circle Debate, en sus estaciones, en audio platforms. I said it right? I didn't say it right. Plataformas, perdón. Ahí está lo
plataformas.
Plataformas, perdóname. Sí. Mi español no es lo más bueno del mundo, pero sí trato de hablar muy bien en español. Pero sí, a todos los de la gente que los escucha en español, muchas gracias. Y por todo el apoyo y el soporte. Y también contienen y celebran la independencia de todo Centroamérica, de todo latino, de toda la raza. Ahí muchos saludos y besos a todos ustedes que escuchando y mirando. And now, to translate very briefly, it's happy, Hispanic culture month, Latin culture month for all independence, for all Central Americans, for Nicaragua, Honduras, Salvador, Panama, Cuba, Colombia, Mexico, all over of our Hispanic cultures, and celebrate very, very safely your independence, and enjoy it very well. And now to pass it on to the MVP of podcasting, as he's going to go ahead and let our European listeners out there of thanking them for listening and watching Circle Debates. Take it away, Money Mike. Ja, that's good.
Für alles Freunde von Deutschland, danke für hören Sie Circle of Debate. Wir lieben alles Sie und danke, guten Abend, guten Tag, welches, danke, tschüss und auf Wiedersehen.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I wish I could learn speak Portuguese for all of our Brazilian listeners, but I do not. Matt will be doing that.
Muita luta, yo mangio la mela.
There you go. There you have it. And once again, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in here at Circle Debate, episode 72. We'll be back next week. You'll be seeing vlogs, obviously, coming up for the 1-year anniversary show and upcoming interviews as well. Not gonna spoil too much. You just gotta tune in. You gotta subscribe. What are you waiting for? You're listening to this and you're watching.
It's free.
It's free. It's not. I'm not charging you. Not like that piece of shit that charges you $7.99 a month.
Say what?
That's how much he charges. I'm not gonna. I don't pay that shit. I ain't never gonna pay for that. Listen to him. What the hell he gotta say? Hell no. Never that. I will never pay that man at all when I need to hear what he has to say. That's right. Even our manager said it right behind the scenes. We have a production crew. She said right behind. That's right. Yes, indeed. So don't forget to subscribe at the end of this video. Subscribe to all of our listeners and on all audio platforms. Circle Debate on our link tree. And also get your merchandise as well. Get your great, incredible, wake up in the morning with a nice fresh coffee mug right there. Wake up, nice fresh cup of coffee with us here, so you can debate your morning, whoever you want to nag to.
Oh yes, if you come out with that and your neighbor sees you bet that you're gonna win that debate. I'll tell you what.
That is right. That is right. So once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will let the most valuable podcaster in the God of Podcasting world to close out the show. Let them know, Money Mike, what do we do here on Circle of Debate?
Because we don't only make just podcasts, we make history, baby. Oh yeah.